The Life in the Hereafter. What does the Quran say? Translation of Jahan-e-Fada by Ajaz Rasul. Ghulam Ahmad Parwez 1969. 17th Shifat Intercession. The subject which we have discussed so far could have been continued, but such a point is reached where a break is very necessary, and here that is related to the belief in intercession. The Quranic concept of reward and punishment has already been presented to you. According to this concept you will have seen that 1. According to the law of requital an individual's every deed, even to the extent of every inner thought, gives birth to its own effect. This is Allah's firm and immutable law. 2. Some deeds produce positive, constructive effects while others produce negative, destructive effects, and the result of every deed leaves its imprint as it is done. 3. If the balance of the results of constructive deeds of an individual is heavier, he moves on a step further to the next stage of evolution. This is called his reward, or a life of paradise. The one whose balance of constructive deeds is lighter will not go forward. This is called punishment, or the life of hell. From this concept you can see that there is no question of any external intervention in the reward or punishment of an individual. However, in prevalent Islam, like other religions, it is commonly believed that the devotees of Allah will intervene on the behalf of those people who are deemed to be eligible for punishment because of the results of the deeds, and that Allah will then forgive them and they will go to paradise. This is called shafa'at, intercession, and the one who intercedes is called shafi. It is obvious that this belief or doctrine is the creation of that mentality according to which Allah is like a dictator or king or president, who can forgive people according to his whim and does not follow any law or procedure. For no rhyme or reason, he bestows tracts of land to some when he is pleased with them, and when he is annoyed, he can incarcerate anyone. The one whom he incarcerates can have intercession in his favor by the king's cohorts and those close to him, and he can accept their intercession and thus forgive the criminal and set him free. According to such a belief, the complete eminent structure of the law of requital as explained in the Quran, the most refined and pristine form of justice which has no parallel, comes tumbling down. Regarding the daily dealings of bureaucrats about whom it is known that they accept intercession in making decisions, society has a contemptuous view of them. Therefore this reality is explicitly clear, that such a concept of intercession is completely non-Quranic, and can never be part of its system of justice. The Quran has mentioned the beliefs of those who follow falsehood and who used to say that the gods whom they worshipped would intercede and save them. They serve besides Allah things that hurt them not nor profit them, and they say, "These are our intercessors with Allah." Say, do you indeed inform Allah of something he knows not, in the heavens or on earth? Glory to him, and far is he above the partners they ascribe to him. Single quote opening parenthesis. 10:18. In Surah Al-Baqarah, the Quran addresses the Jews who held belief in intercession. Then guard yourselves against a day when oneself shall not avail another, nor shall intercession be accepted for him, nor shall compensation be taken from him, nor shall anyone be helped. 2:48. In the same surah a little later, these very same words are unambiguously reiterated. Then guard yourselves against a day when oneself shall not avail another, nor shall compensation be accepted from him, nor shall intercession profit him, nor shall anyone be helped. 2:123. And later, the Muslims are addressed with the same warning. O you who have Iman! Spend out of the bounties we have provided for you, before the day comes when no bargaining will avail, nor friendship nor intercession. Those who reject this truth do harm to themselves. 2:254. In Surah Saba. So on that day no power shall they have over each other, for profit or harm. 34, 42. In Surah Momin. That day will every self be requited for what it earned. No injustice will there be that day, for Allah is swift in taking account. 40, 17. And also, no intercessor will they have among their partners. 30, 13. Then will no intercession of any intercessors profit them. 74, 48. And behold, you come to us bare and alone as we created you for the first time. You have left behind you all the favors which we bestowed on you. We see not with you your intercessors whom you thought to be partners in your affairs. So now all relations between you have been cut off, and your pet fancies have left you in the lurch. 6, 94. See also 7, 53, 26, 100. From the above, the position of the Quran regarding the concept of intercession is made very clear. But in the Quran there are some verses in which shafa'at is mentioned, and the question is, what does shafa'at mean in these verses? So it is important that it should first be ascertained and established as to what this term means based on the Quran and the lexicon of Arabic. I think that because of the importance of the subject, it would be more appropriate that a part of the Ligat al-Quran related to this subject be incorporated here. 17.1 Meanings of Shifa as per the Ligat al-Quran. Shafan basically means to join one thing with another, or to join two things together, or put two things together so that these become a pair. Shafatun means while helping others or looking after them to join with them. Shafatun means to try and acquire a desired thing and thereby enhance one's own things. In terms of fiqh, Shariat, this is a special right of ownership, and whoever has it can pay for a property and become its owner. The payment is based on what a third party has valued for that property. Nakatan Shafayan is the she-camel whose one offspring is walking after her and following her while she is also pregnant with her second one. After this, the word Shavatan started to mean intercession, because in this one person stands with another with a view to support him, and intercedes in his favor. It has also come to mean to perform supplications. Ibn Faris has noted that Shafa Fulanan la Fulanan is said when an individual comes as a helper with someone else, and whatever his companion wants he also desires it for him. The Quran teaches a collective life instead of an individual life because the self-development of an individual and its further progress is possible only within a collective system of living. In this respect, in a community of Mo'minin every individual is a shafi'an of another Mo'min, i.e., always with him to support and offer help. The center of this system is called Shafi. Amir. He does not allow anyone to feel isolated in his community. This mutual support is called shafa'at, and this is its basic gist. Such a community of Mo'minin extends this shafa'at support to others out with its own group, as their responsibility is to provide and cater for the sustenance of the whole of mankind. For this the Quran states, "Help you one another in righteousness and piety, but help you not one another in sin and rancor." 5. 2. In another verse, "Whoever recommends and helps a good cause becomes a partner therein. And whoever recommends and helps an evil cause shares in its burden." 4. 85. We should note that cooperation means to aim to help one another, while shifa means that one person goes specifically with another to provide help. Now let us move forward. The prevalent belief generally among Muslims is that on the Day of Judgment, when the verdict will be announced and the order will be given for hell for the criminals, then those individuals who are closest to Allah, such as the messengers and especially the last messenger, will intercede on behalf of these criminals and have them forgiven so that they too will enter paradise. This belief is called shafa'at. Obviously this belief extinguishes The whole basis of deen as explained in the Quran, whose very foundation is the law of requital. Then shall anyone who has done an atom's weight of good see it, and anyone who has done an atom's weight of evil shall see it. 99. 7-8. It can be seen that this belief of Shifrat came into existence during the time of kingship, known as Malukite, when the cohorts of these tyrannical and oppressive rulers used to intercede with them on behalf of criminals who would then be pardoned. In addition, this belief was reinforced by the prevalent belief among Christians who believed in salvation and atonement through belief in Jesus. When the Christians said, "Look at our messenger Jesus, whoever believes in him can be saved by him from hell through kafara, atonement, for his sins, and contrary to this your messenger, Muhammad, can do nothing for the sinners." Then to counter this allegation, similar claims were invented by Muslims, that on the day of judgment, when the accountability is over and criminals have been consigned to hell, then the last messenger, Muhammad, will prostrate himself, sajda, in front of Allah, and until Allah forgives every individual in his ummah, the Muslim community, and sends each and every one to paradise, the messenger will not raise his head or go to paradise himself till this process of intercession is complete. This may have countered the Christian claim, but this shook the very foundation of the whole basis of deen, the law of requital, and the nation fell into the hell of destruction. There is nothing in the Quran which supports this false concept, nor is there any possibility of the existence of such a belief. It has been stated in very clear terms that according to the law of requital, then guard yourselves against a day when oneself shall not avail another, nor shall intercession be accepted for him, nor shall compensation be taken from him, nor shall anyone be helped. 2:48. To support this belief of Shifrat, verses such as the following are quoted out of context. Who is there who can intercede in his presence except as he permits? 2:255. The conclusion drawn from this verse is that intercession can be done with Allah's permission, and the last messenger will intercede for his ummah after obtaining Allah's permission. But to draw such a conclusion from these verses is wrong. Firstly, because such a belief of Shifrat is totally against the law of requital, which is continuously referred to in the Quran from beginning to end. Therefore, if with the law of requital the belief of Shifrat is also present in the Quran, then it will mean that contradictory beliefs are noted in the Quran. Allah forbid. For example, see the verse which is quoted above. The previous verse to this states, "O you who have Iman, spend out of the bounties we have provided for you, before the day comes when no bargaining will avail, nor friendship nor intercession. Those who reject faith, they are the wrongdoers." 2:254. If this meaning is taken that intercession can be availed with Allah's permission, and this intercession will be successful, then there is a blatant contradiction between these two verses. Now the question remains, what is the true meaning of the second verse? 2:255. According to the law of requital, the effect of every deed imprints itself continuously on the human self. But the Quran, in order to make us understand the truth of reward and punishment, has illustrated this by painting such pictures as prisoners attending court and the verdict being announced after the court proceedings. In a court, other than a ruler or judge, an accused, a plaintiff, witnesses, and police etc. are present. The Quran has used such examples to make things clear. For example, in one verse the person who is being held accountable will be standing alone in the dock. And behold, you come to us bare and alone as we created you for the first time. You have left behind you all the favors which we bestowed on you. We see not with you your intercessors whom you thought to be partners in your affairs. So now all relations between you have been cut off, and your Pet fancies have left you in the lurch. 6:94. In another verse. And there will come forth every self. With each will have someone to drive, and someone to bear witness. 50:21. These witnesses will not stand up of their own accord. Whoever is called will come and will then be given permission to give evidence. These are those Shafi'un, standing with, which are referred to in such verses where it is stated, "Who is there who can intercede in his presence except as he permits?" 255. These witnesses will be messengers as well, about whom the Quran has stated, "One day will Allah gather the messengers together, and ask, what was the response you received from men to your teaching? They will say, we have no knowledge. It is you who knows in full all that is hidden." 109. And apart from the messengers, the forces of the universe, angels, will also be similarly called. The day that the Spirit and the angels will stand forth in ranks, none shall speak except any who is permitted by Allah, most gracious, and he will say what is right. 78:38. It is clear that in these verses the term shifrat means giving evidence, because giving truthful evidence in support of someone is of great assistance to him. A further explanation of this is given by the Quran. And those whom they invoke besides Allah have no power of intercession. Only he who bears witness to the truth, and they know him. 43:86. Those whom these people call on apart from Allah, they have no right to shifrat. Only he has a right to it, who gives evidence based on truth. In other words, the meaning of shifrat is evidence. To remove this confusion or doubt, the last messenger of Allah is called Shahid-un, witness. 16:89. He has not been called Shafi'un, intercessor. About the people of other religions who maintain this belief of intercession, the Quran states, "Then will no intercession of any intercessors profit them." 78:48. This is why the divine law is as stated, "No bearer of burdens can bear the burden of another." 6:164. See also 53:38. Paradise is only gained in exchange for righteous deeds. 7:43. Birth is given to the belief of gaining paradise through intercession in a nation which becomes inactive and loses the desire to work. The Quran informs us that such a belief took birth among the Jews when they had reached their lowest ebb and used to say, "And they say, the fire shall not touch us but for a few numbered days." Say, have you taken a promise from Allah, for he never breaks his promise? Or is it that you say of Allah what you do not know? 280. Regarding this, the Quran declares that these beliefs are wrong. Allah's law is that he who follows the wrong path will be destroyed. And the one who has acquired Iman and does righteous deeds, he will inherit paradise. But those who have Iman and work righteousness, they are companions of the garden. Therein shall they abide. 282. From the above discussion we can conclude. 1. In this life, shifrat will mean to be with someone in a task with a view to providing help. If it is a good work, then the helper will also be rewarded. However, if the work is evil, then he will also partly share the consequences of doing wrong. 2. In the next life, the concept of shifrat is such that a witness stands up to give true evidence in support of someone. This is a metaphorical explanation. 3. Criminals escaping from punishment through the intercession of someone on their behalf, or anyone receiving something to which they have no right through another's intercession, is against the basic Quranic teaching. That is why this interpretation of shifrat is not correct. Wherever this word is mentioned in the Quran, it is important to see the context in which it is used. So this is the correct Quranic interpretation of this word shifa'at. From this it is clear that the Quran has strongly opposed the concept of intercession. However, the Quran has used this term to mean support or evidence. The Quran has permitted the word shafi to be used with the meaning of a companion or helper. This point is also clarified by the fact that in various verses Allah has called himself Shafi. It is obvious that if the word Shafi is taken to mean the one who intercedes, this will not make sense, as Allah is sovereign or the one who makes decisions. It is clear that someone who is sovereign cannot be an intercessor at the same time. Therefore its meanings are a companion or helper. For example, in Surah An'am it is stated, "Give this warning to those in whose hearts is the fear that they will be brought to judgment before their Rabb. Except for him they will have no protector nor helper." 6:51. See also 6:70-32. 4. In Surah Zumar it is initially stated, "What do they take for helpers others besides Allah? Say, even if they have no power whatever and no intelligence." 39:43. Then the Quran makes it clear. Say, to Allah belongs all support. Shafa'at. 39:44. This verse means that man can receive support and favor only through being in line with the divine laws of Allah. None can help man if he goes against these laws. This same meaning is in those verses where it is said that apart from Allah's ezan, no one's shifa'at can be of any use. This means that if an individual stands with another according to the divine laws, his standing thus with him will give benefit, otherwise it will not. No intercessor can plead with him, except as per his laws. 10:3. In Surah Maryam, none shall have the power of support except those who have a covenant with the Most Gracious. Rahman. 19:87. In another verse, on that day shall no intercession avail except for those for whom permission has been granted by Allah, Most Gracious, and whose word is acceptable to him. 20:109. See also 21:28-34. 23. In a few places there is mention of shifa'at by angels. The angels are those forces of nature through which the system of the universe is functioning. These forces of nature can prostrate before Adam. Man, i.e., man can subjugate them. If man utilizes these forces of nature according to the divine laws, then these will support his endeavors and help him. If he goes against these divine laws, then these forces will not be of assistance to him. This is the aim of shifa'at by angels, which if carried out after ezan of Allah, how many soever be the angels in the heavens, their intercession will avail nothing except after Allah has given leave for whom he pleases and that he is acceptable to him. 53:26. This is the correct concept of shifa'at as per the Quran. It does not mean that a criminal can escape due to another's intercession. Whoever puts his finger into fire and burns it, no intercession, even that of a greatly influential person, can save him from pain. This is an immutable law of Allah. He can only be helped by one who gives him treatment according to Allah's laws.